I'm Magda. I'm a second generation JKD practitioner, instructor. I have a school called the Magda Institute and an association that's around the world of instructors. I train in JKD, Kali, Indonesian Silat, related arts, and I follow the JKD way, or the JKD stream, the philosophy. I grew up in Canada, so I went to school there, I went to university there, I trained in karate and taekwondo. I was a black belt in taekwondo, and I met Dan Inosanto at a summer camp in Aspen, Colorado in late 70s. And he was there doing these month-long camps. Yeah, every day for a month. And then at the end of that summer, it was 2 months, I left to go back to school, and I talked to Guru Dan, and he said, "Oh, don't come back here next year, go to LA." So the next year I went to LA to train, and then I just delved deeply into the school and was there every day during my summer holiday. And I did this every year until I finished university. And then, you know, on the day I graduated, the next day I was on a plane to LA, and then I never went back home. This is about like 10 in the morning, he'd pick me up. Then we'd go, we'd do errands. Sometimes he would teach somewhere, like he was teaching at a college at the time, so I'd assist him there. And then we'd go eat, and then we'd go teach at one of the schools. He had 2 schools at the time. And then from 5 o'clock, class start at 5 and end at 10. And at that time, those classes were an hour and a half. So he was teaching, and then I was assisting in those classes, or I was training myself in those classes. And then after class, we go to eat, and a lot of the guys go with us from that last class, whatever it is. And then Dan, you're sitting there with him, and he's talking about martial arts again, okay? And a lot of time what would happen is that the place would close, and we'd still be in there talking, okay? Yeah, okay, so we leave, and then he's talking in the parking lot. And then he's opening up the back of his van and pulling out sticks and stuff and talking in the parking lot about martial arts. And then the police car comes by, because we're the only one in the parking lot, and he's out there with sticks showing stuff, and it's 1 in the morning already, 1:30, okay? And then we go home, get dropped off, and starts again the next day. Same thing. My training in taekwondo or karate, it was, I don't regret it at all, because I was a young guy. I was a teenager when I did it, okay? It was fun, you know? And I got all that stuff about kicking out of my system, because by the time I started training in JKD, the kick is like the knee and below, okay? And it was like 90% hands to 10 or 20% legs. And I had something to compare and contrast against the new things I was learning in JKD and the Kali. And in terms of efficiency, in terms of movement, in terms of all that. I mean, in a lot of ways, the karate gave you the martial experience of respect, culture, you know, when you're training attitude that I took with me. It served its purpose. It was the boat at that time, but I didn't carry it on my back. I just left it there and went to the next thing. I got married, and I had to get a real job. And I thought, oh, so I worked security, and I thought, no, I don't want to keep doing this and just train and work security. So, okay, I'll open a school. I originally didn't want to be a teacher. I was only in this to realize myself. I was very interested in self-realization and using and understanding how to use martial arts as a vehicle for that. And Dan Inosanto got me into teaching. So I opened a school and then went from there, you know, just continued on the path I was doing. And teaching the stuff I was learning, and then kept on the path where I was learning new things and integrating that in and refining what I had. And everybody who teaches knows they learn more from their students than their students learn from them. And that's really true. That's really true, you know. You learn it once, but when you teach, you learn twice, you know, because you're teaching someone else, but you're learning too.